Loads of new games are about to hit Xbox, so let's look at what's coming over the next few months, starting with October. Kicking things off, Little Nightmares 3 provides a new petrifying puzzle platformer for players to pal around in on October 10th. With terrifying new environments and a spooky new story as standard, there's also the added option to play through the whole thing in online co-op, which is a first for the series and something I'm particularly excited about. If you haven't played the first two games before you jump into this one, there's no need to worry, because Little Nightmares 3 is actually a standalone sequel. But if you do want to check out the original, well, you're in luck. The enhanced edition arrives on the very same day, and you can play it right now if you pre-order Little Nightmares 3 right now. The second one is also on Game Pass, so there's no excuses. Also out on October 10th, it's time to get the squad back together because the Battlefield franchise returns with the ultimate all-out warfare experience in Battlefield 6. Face down your foes in some high-intensity combat, rip through the skies in aerial dogfights, and demolish environments to gain the upper hand. A new kinesthetic combat system promises some fresh ways to navigate the action, but of course, in a war of tanks, fighter jets, and massive combat arsenals, the deadliest weapon is still you and your squad. Isn't that motivational? There's also a brand new campaign mode, so drive tanks across the Sahara, storm the beaches of Gibraltar, and defend New York from invasion as you join an elite squad of Marine Raiders who are fighting to save the world from collapse. We played through the Battlefield beta on stream and had such a good time, so count us in for this one.
The destructible environments in this are great.
Oh, it just changes the dynamic of the game.
Battlefield has had some elements like this. I mean, case in point.
What? The whole house is just crumbling. Coming day one to Game Pass on October 17th, Double Fine's new adventure is completely bizarre, but what do you expect? It's Double Fine. They're weird like that, and we love it. With sentient lighthouses and their feathery best friends, Keeper is a story-driven adventure that's light on dialogue but heavy on quirks. As this unlikely duo, you'll be exploring a strange world filled with mystery and humour, solving puzzles and overcoming obstacles. It's got gorgeous visuals and characters that are quite unlike anything else, so this one looks like it's going to be a real Keeper. Get it? Plus, with it coming straight to Xbox Play Anywhere and Game Pass as well, you'll also be able to keep it on as many different devices as you like, and I promise that's the last time I do a Keeper joke. Arriving just in time for Halloween, this action RPG sequel from the makers of Still Wakes the Deep looks set to give us plenty of vampiric action to sink our teeth into. Based on the tabletop game of the very same name, you play as the Nomad, an elder vampire who awakens from a century-long slumber, which sounds brilliant right about now, to be honest. Guided by the voice of a mysterious vampire detective, you must explore the strange, unknown world of 21st century Seattle. Never heard of it. And you have to solve an ancient cold case that concerns the living and the dead. Big, bloody, and messy, with plenty of undead skills to play with, it's sure to keep genre fans happy when Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 drops on October 21st. Hey guys, I've got an idea here. Why don't we build a big theme park full of live dinosaurs? Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do it. It's going to be absolutely fine. I mean, what could possibly go wrong here? Yes, because we just haven't learned anything from the last two games. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is going to see players building their very own dino disaster waiting to happen. You'll be looking after over 80 prehistoric species while managing their every need, and everything should be absolutely fine, of course, but we'll find out for certain on October 21st when Jurassic World Evolution 3 opens for business. After a long break, our pal Ryu has a hankering for slashing people in half once more, and he's back in Ninja Gaiden 4, and this time, he's brought some friends along with him. Taking this legendary action series to new heights. Literally, I mean, the verticality in this game looks bonkers. Ninja Gaiden 4 introduces some new playable characters, some new weapons, and some of the most audacious boss fights you've ever seen, with all the devilish difficulty that seasoned gamers have come to expect. And don't worry, for newcomers, there are some customization options that also allow some newbie ninjas to have a go as well. Best of all though, Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming day one to Game Pass on October 21st, and that too is Xbox Play Anywhere. Yeah, get used to me saying that, it's going to happen a lot. The undisputed belt holder when it comes to belt scrolling beat-em-ups, Double Dragon is getting revived on October 23rd. Double Dragon Revive sees players stomping from one side of the screen to the other with some classic arcade action, but don't mistake this for a mindless button masher. There is plenty of strategy at play as you learn your enemy's attacks, figure out the best ways to counter them, even if the answer is usually more pummeling. Whatever works for you guys. But if you fancy trying your hand at living the double life of a fearless adventurer and a crafty merchant, then the game preview of Moonlighter 2 The Endless Vault is your opportunity to do just that. It's up to you to build your business into the beating heart of the village, stocking up your shop with items that are looted from dangerous dungeons by night, gathering relics, selling them on, and then reinvesting into your friends' establishments. All of this while unlocking new weapons, armor, and decorations, very important, so that you can tackle even bigger challenges. It's early days still, but this one looks like it's shaping up to be something really special, so try it out from October 23rd. Right, let's keep things rolling, people, because it's time to roll stuff up once again in Once Upon a Katamari. This new installment sees us journeying through the ages, from Stone Age stones, bits of historic Japan, ice cubes from the Ice Age, and much, much more. You'll be rolling all over it. And if you fancy going head to head with some other Katamariers, the 4-player Katamari Ball mode has got you covered. It also goes without saying that the soundtrack is as brilliant as ever too. Be sure to check out Once Upon a Katamari when that one rolls out on October 24th. And back with another zany new sci-fi adventure, The Outer Worlds 2 is coming straight to Game Pass. Let's go. The first-person RPG is whisking us away to a whole new frontier that's run by an army of power-hungry maniacs. So, you know, so far, so standard. But there's a new perks and flaws system that lets you create a perfectly imperfect character for your needs, from bad knees all the way up to sticky fingers, ensuring that every adventure through The Outer Worlds 2 is going to be totally unique. You can start yours from October 29th, and yep, it's on Xbox Play Anywhere as well. Told you I'd say it again. By the way, let me know down in the comments, who was your favourite companion in The Outer Worlds? Mine? It's got to be Sam. That robot's an absolute legend, mate. Anyway, rounding out a month filled with returning classics, we've got a JRPG double dip. It's the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. And both games have been remade with an art style that combines these 2D sprites with some lush 3D backgrounds, as well as all sorts of gameplay improvements and additional content. And at its heart is an epic single-player adventure with the same sweeping story that gamers fell in love with all those years ago. You know what? It turns out that dragons and questing are both just as much fun as they were in the 1980s. Who'd have thought it? Finally, Arc Raider sees players fending off a whole horde of sinister bots. This extraction shooter takes place in a world where humanity has been driven underground by a robot invasion. And now it's up to you to head back to the surface and grab those all-important resources and then get back to safety without incurring the wrath of your robotic foes and other raiders, of course. So it's PvPvE, which means that you'll never quite be sure who to trust. Yeah, players can work together to take down the trickier robots, but as only one of you is really going home with the loot, you're going to have to keep your wits about you. And that one is out on October 30th. Okay, let's head into November. Unbeatable is a game where music is illegal, and as a result, you do crimes. Yeah, in this hand-drawn anime-inspired rhythm action-adventure game, which is so many genres bowled into one, you play as Beat, a member of a band on the run who, along with her bandmates, set out on a journey of self-discovery. Blending live song performances, spectacular set pieces, and quirky rhythm minigames, it features a detailed open world and the ability to engage in branching conversations with a group of unique characters. And as you might expect, there's also a thumping original soundtrack alongside some guest tracks and some musical collaborations too. If you're really into the idea of building the Roman city of your dreams, then Anno 117 Pax Romana has got you covered. From the heartland of Latium to the mysterious Celtic wetlands of Albion, where no Roman dares set foot, it's up to you to build the city of your dreams at the peak of the Roman Empire. Every decision you make matters. A vast and detailed world allows for unmatched flexibility and scale. You can spend your time building alliances across the empire or just showcasing your might through land battles and naval combat. You could even find yourself defying the Emperor himself. A risky move, but hey, where's your sense of adventure? Find out what kind of leader you are on November 13th. And no, you don't have to have played all 116 previous Annos, just dive right into this one. Call of Duty returns with the promise of the most mind-bending Black Ops to date. The year is 2035 and, as always, the world is on the brink of chaos. Come on guys, get it together. It's up to you and your crack team to wield cutting-edge technology and lead the Black Ops team to victory. So get ready to squad up with friends, or you could even play the campaign solo, or if shooting your pals is more your thing, there's always Call of Duty's classic multiplayer experience packed with brand new maps and the next twisted chapter of round-based zombies. We just don't know what we'd do without our undead friends. It's available on Game Pass from November 14th, but if you want a little sneaky preview of what's to come in Call of Duty, yes, Xbox One is going to be there at Call of Duty Next, so make sure you tune in for loads more details. A first-person, narrative-driven game with a difference, the Berlin apartment sees players taking on the role of a handyman who's tasked with refurbishing an old apartment in, yeah, that's right, Berlin. Well done you. As you start to tidy things up, you'll uncover stories of the various residents who've lived there over the last 120 years. Make improvements to the apartment, discover old relics, and experience the emotional stories of different people who all once lived within the very same four walls. The renovations will begin on November 17th. If you've ever felt the whole university experience wasn't quite weird enough, then Demon School offers a new perspective. And maybe you should have experimented more, but oh well, too late for that. It's a new style tactics RPG where motion equals action and planning your move is everything. Join our hero Faye alongside a band of misfit companions as you face off against big weirdos in between the human and demon worlds, all while navigating university life on a mysterious island. Featuring a light horror narrative that's told through huge avatars, plus a healthy dose of side quests to boot, and an art style to die for, you can colour us intrigued, and it's available from November 19th. Of course, as we enter the spooky season, you never quite know what surprises and jump scares the next couple of months might have in store, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to hear all the latest news from us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!